The 7 Steps of Education. The happenings of the world depend on thoughts. As the first step, the human being must search for and find truth, and out of that learn and widen knowledge. As the second step, the human being must correct their thoughts using control and direct them to the truth of their attained knowledge. As the third step, the human being must create their inner harmony by means of their knowledge and by means of their thoughts. As the fourth step, the human being must, proceeding out of their inner harmony, correct, order, form, and harmonize their own personality. As the fifth step, the human being must correct, order, form, and harmonize their direct surroundings and their family life and life with their relatives. As the sixth step, the human being must correct, order, form, and harmonize their closer environment of friends, comrades, and acquaintances. As the seventh step, the human being is then capable of correcting, ordering, forming, harmonizing, and leading a group of human beings, the mass of humanity, the country, and the world in a form which is wise, which is fair to the human being, and which is creational, natural, law-based. 2. Once the human being has harmonized their inner self, their consciousness, their personality, then it is a continual joy for them to learn, with perseverance and tireless arduousness, the things of life which further evolution, in order to become knowing and wise. 3. Every single knowing and wise human being always rejoices when they find ones of their kind, and indeed, when these come from close by, as well as when they come from distant countries. 4. A human being is really satisfied and virtuous when they are also happy and free, when nobody gives them any attention. However, a human being is also really satisfied and virtuous when, in heedfulness, they give every life due esteem. A human being is also really satisfied and virtuous when, in modesty, they acknowledge and respect the high virtues of the human being who is next to them. 5. Unfortunately, there are only a few human beings who are characterized by real deference as well as respect for fellow human beings and all life. However, there are many human beings who joyfully and gladly discriminate against those who are of higher standing than themselves, act against them and calumniate them. They are instigators of unrest, who will not be found amongst those who respect with deference everything which is higher. 6. A knowing, wise human being does not direct their attention to insignificant things in order to condemn them. Rather, they observe that which is fundamental and assess all things according to their value. 7. In a human being who internalizes the truth and knowledge, all good virtues and modes of behavior which are creational natural develop of their own accord, whereby they give all human beings and all life the due deferential respect, and integrate them into their being. This is the origin of real love of the next human being. 8. Whoever speaks beautiful words and shows flattering behavior is seldom honest and intends for himself only hypocritical profit. 9. A true human being assesses themselves daily according to at least 3 questions and answers, which are: have I expanded my knowledge sufficiently today? Have I sufficiently corrected, ordered, formed, and harmonized my personality today? Have I done the right thing with all human beings with whom I came into contact? 10. In order to lead a human being, one needs to deferentially perceive their personality, and one needs one's own honesty, deference for the next human being, and love for the human being who is willing to accept the guidance. 11. Every human being should always let deference and respect for elders prevail, and should esteem their greater knowledge. 12. A true human being is sincere and loves truth, and they live in love in regard to all life as well as in friendship in regard to all those of good nature. 13. Every human being should learn good principles of life and take time and opportunity to do good for fellow human beings. 14. When a human being turns their mind towards truth and towards knowledge, as well as towards love and beauty, and, in all honesty, also to ethics, when they are there to help their fellow human beings and all life to the best of their ability, when they practice the correct dealings with human beings, when their words are always sincere and they always speak the truth, then it can be said with all certainty that this human being has educated themselves, even if others claim the opposite. 15. If a human being is not one in themselves and does not have a firm personality, then they are never able to gain high esteem from others. But whoever does not enjoy any high esteem does not attend to a firm personality, and consequently also does not heed the necessary thoroughness of learning. 16. One of the most important rules in dealing with human beings is uprightness and sincerity. 17. The human being ought to only make friends and surround themselves with friends who are their kind. 18. No human being should ever hesitate to admit their errors and resolve them and cast them aside. 19. If the human being goes into foreign places, then may they always take care, with consideration, to esteem foreign customs and to correspond them in an appropriate form. 20. The deference for life demands that those who have died are also thought of in deference. 21. A true human being does not neglect to educate themselves in all required forms, in order to recognize creational natural laws and recommendations, as well as guidelines of life and instructions for the human being, so that they can follow them.